Hey guys, City Crew, welcome back to the Crew Show with Mike. That's me, by the way, if you didn't get that. Today, we are back on popular demand. My DMs on Instagram have been blowing up. I don't know if you guys know, but we have 20,000 viewers who have subscribed to our YouTube channel. If that number is not appearing on your YouTube, it's because we took it off because, yeah, you just don't want to be show-offs. Anyway, we are back again doing the same thing. I'm going to introduce our guest. She's actually a return guest. She was on here last week, and there's only been 2 episodes. This is only the 2nd episode, so you guys should know who it is by now. Sibs, welcome back. How's it?
I'm glad to be back.
How's life been since
Good.
last week?
Look,
Saturday?
I must say, I was really ashamed at my performance last week, so I had to come back to redeem myself. I'm going to crush you today, Mike. I hope you're ready.
Look, the reality is I've been told this new game that if I don't get one question right, like, as in like just one of the questions that are going to be asked me,
Yeah.
I'm going to be very embarrassed and now I'm very scared.
So there's high stakes overall, is what you're saying. Both of us
pretty much
have something to prove.
But I'm still going to win. So our new game is this. I forgot the name of the game. So we're going to play a game. It's called Finish the Lyric.
Finish the lyric.
But we're going to switch it up a bit. Normally people like, oh, I almost showed you
Yeah,
the
I'm
answers.
like reading
Jeepers.
it,
Normally people play the song and then obviously you just finish it off by singing it. We're just changing up. We're just going to say it out loud.
Okay.
The lyrics.
So
and
you're
just
going to
gotta
read the
finish
lyric
it.
and then I need to finish.
Pretty much.
Okay.
That's simple. You guys can play this at home with your parents as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Create your own version. I almost showed you this again. Jeepers. Create your own version.
Right.
Maybe Disney. I don't know.
And
Anyway.
this is on the table, so I'm guessing
Yes.
this is the prize.
So that's the prize. It's
I'm
an error.
pumped
Because she complained last time that she didn't
that there
get
were
a
no
prize.
prizes. What's the
But
point?
also I won, so I'm chilled.
Well, let's go.
Okay, here you go.
Okay.
Okay. I seriously don't know the song. I've never heard it in my life.
That's nerve-wracking for me.
You know a lot more than I do, so it's fine. But everything means nothing if I can't have you.
This is a sweet song. Okay, I'm gonna guess the next lyric is some people want it all.
I'm looking at my producer who did this. He's saying no.
He's saying no.
Okay, I'm going to give you another second. I'm going to read that line again and give you another part of it. Maybe you
Okay.
can figure it out.
Okay.
But everything means nothing if I can't have you. I can't write one song. I can't write one song that's not about you.
Okay, I thought it was a song by Alicia Keys, but it's obviously not, so I have no idea what song that is.
Alicia Keys, come on, shout out to you.
Okay, next lyric.
Next lyric.
Wait, do you have the answer for me?
Do you have the answer? I'm looking at the camera. Producer, do you know what the answer is?
I'm sure the answers will come
No.
afterwards. At the
Okay,
end of the
it'll
round.
probably
Okay.
come after.
Great, so I don't have a
These
point
other
yet.
two I do know, so that's okay.
Okay.
And oh, jeepers, I almost read the wrong words. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time.
Oh, is it? And now I beg one more time. Is it? And I said, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh, oh, oh. Come on.
Yes, come on.
Come on.
Dance Monkey, just if you guys
Dance
don't know that.
Monkey.
It's a cool song. We'll play it for you.
The way you read
sometime.
that threw me off. I almost didn't catch that.
Look,
What's that?
there's a lot of punctuation marks in here, so I was trying to read it with the punctuation.
Okay, so that's one for me, right?
One for you, one out
Come
of
on.
3. Oh, okay, this one you should get. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Ooh, I'm saying- in brackets. I'm not gonna say that word. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
And then the next line is, clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Happiness for you. I don't know.
I feel like there's a tagline in there somewhere, so I'm gonna
I
say
don't want to get half because I sang.
half. No, yes, producer. What is your judging? No, that's what they say.
This is
yes,
garbage.
I'm getting it. I'm taking that error home with me.
Okay,
tonight.
so 1 out of 3 is what I
One
got.
out of 3.
I really hope that this has been evenly weighted. So.
Look, I'm still dreading that one.
Okay, Mike, are you ready for this?
No.
Lyric number 1 is Carol Baskin.
Okay, here's the reality, guys. So
Can't convince me that it didn't.
Don't explain.
I need to
Tell us
sing
the
it.
lyric.
Wait, I need to sing this in my head.
Baskin.
I need to sing this in my head.
happen. Carol Baskin.
Killed her husband, and then the one word, snapped him. Snapped him.
So close. Okay, anyway, let's just check with the producers to see. Maybe you're right.
Did I technically finished the lyric?
The answer is, I said Carol Baskin. He said killed her husband,
Whacked
smacked
him.
him.
Whacked him. It's whacked him.
You already submitted. That is wrong. I'm so
guys,
sorry, Michael.
here's the thing. I don't have Wi-Fi at my house, so
Wow,
I don't
excuses.
I don't watch Netflix
Okay.
or TikToks
Number 2.
or Instagrams.
He didn't get it. Cancel that. Okay. Lyric 2. Are you ready?
No.
It says, be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know.
Guys, it's Frozen 1.
Woo!
Let's
Killed
just
it.
let it go. Let it go.
Although I must contest,
hold
she
it back.
said, and let them know, but the lyrics don't have the and.
You know what? The one that I saw on YouTube, because I was at someone else's house when I was watching this one. 'cause I didn't have Wi-Fi. It said, and let them know. But I got it right. Yes, I
Good
got
job.
it right.
Okay.
Apparently I got it wrong, but I'm going to say I
Final
got it
one.
right.
No, you got
Because
it
it's
right.
my show. So
Okay,
I can
one
say,
out of 3
I can make
each.
up the rules as I want to.
Okay, last one.
Last one.
This is high stakes, Mikey, because you could beat me on this final one. So pay
Oh
attention.
yeah, because you got one.
I
That's
know.
right.
Okay, rub it in. Thank you. Are you ready? Okay. Stylin', wildin', living up in the city. Got chucks on that Saint Laurent.
I just kiss myself. I'm too pretty. I'm too hot.
Ooh. Okay, so the lyric is gotta kiss myself. I'm so pretty.
You know, it's the same
Michael
word.
said too
It's one
pretty.
letter off from the alphabet. You know,
It's
S and T
wrong.
are right next to each other.
It's
So
wrong. Maybe I'm just hyping it because I'm embarrassed that you beat me for the second time in a row.
come on. Like I said, I am the host of the show, so I can pretty much just make up whatever I want to.
Well,
be
well
honest.
done, bro.
So I'm gonna say, where's the arrow? Oh, it's right here.
Okay.
This is all mine. Because I'm a nice person and we love sharing, you can have one bit of
Oh,
chocolate.
wow. That celebration was not for just one
Yeah,
piece.
that's embarrassing.
Okay.
I feel embarrassed for you. Guys, thank you for joining us with the game. We are going to cross over to some worship now. Again, jump jump up. There you go. English is horrible today. Jump up on your feet. Get that body moving. After that, Les is going to come up and he's going to continue in the talk that we did last week.
Give you thanks, I will give you thanks all day, in every circumstance. Got a whole long list I can talk about. I'm gonna start right now. Thank you for your mercy, thank you for your grace, thank you for your blessings, thank you for the day, thank you for the things you do
City Crew, welcome back to another edition of Word of the Week. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's one. For those of you that are watching for the first time, our Word of the Week last week was love. We are currently in a series looking at the fruit of the Spirit, and the first one we looked at was love. And a challenge I gave to each one of us was for us to go out and love someone in our family this week by doing something really cool for them. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you were able to show the people in your family how much you love them and how much you care for them. Today we are going to be looking at the next fruit of the Spirit, but once again I'm going to read the whole list. It's found in Galatians chapter 5 verse 22 to 23, and this is what it says. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So the same way we did last week, I'm going to use another story in the Bible just to illustrate for us what this is. So once again, the second fruit of the Spirit is joy. So we're going to be looking at joy today. And I'm going to be reading a story from the book of Acts chapter 16 verse 25. But before I get there, I'm just going to give us a little bit of context. So we see there's a guy called Paul. If you don't know, Paul is the guy that wrote a lot of the New Testament. Hey, just a reminder for those of you who are new. This is the Bible, and it's divided up into two parts. The first part is called the Old Testament. The second part is called the New Testament. The first part, the Old Testament, is 39 books, and the second part is 27. So in total, it's 66 books. We are reading out of the book of Acts, which is the fifth book of the Bible. Yes, it is. It's the fifth book of the Bible. And in this book of the Bible, we find a guy called, the New Testament, we find this guy, his name is Paul. So Paul has this moment where he has an encounter with Jesus, and Jesus tells him, hey, I want you to be someone that will go from town to town telling people about the good news, which is that I came to die to set them free from their sin. So that's what Paul's doing. He's going, and he's got a friend called Silas, and they're going from town to town. But it says as they were walking, there was this lady, and she was just kind of pestering them. Wherever they went, she was kind of following them just in their ear, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Wherever they went, she was just like consistently like annoying them. And eventually, like, Paul turns to her and says, hey, demon, get out. And it turns out that this lady actually had a demon inside of her, but they get rid of the demon, which is so cool because we know that God has the power to get rid of those things. It says that this particular lady was actually working for another guy, and he was so upset to see that they had gotten rid of this demon. So then he goes to the town officials and says, how dare these men do this? Like, that's not cool. And eventually people come, they take these guys and they throw them into jail. So firstly, Paul and Silas find themselves in jail for doing absolutely nothing wrong. All they were doing was telling people about Jesus. They used the power of the Holy Spirit to get rid of the demon that was holding this lady back, but now they find themselves thrown in jail. And this is what we're going to be reading. It says, at about midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God. What? Let's just pause. Once again, like I said, these guys did absolutely nothing wrong, but we find themselves now in jail, and they singing worship music and praying to God. Like, I don't know about you guys, but if I do nothing wrong and I get in trouble for it, I'm not in the corner singing worship music. I'm sitting in the corner super upset, super frustrated, like, why am I here? I did nothing wrong. This is so unfair. Why is this happening? Kind of know how I feel right now being in quarantine. Like, why? I did nothing wrong. Why is this happening? But we see that these guys start worshiping. And it says this, that the prisoners were listening to them, and suddenly there was a great earthquake, and the foundation of the prison was shaken. And immediately the doors were open, and everyone who was bound was unfastened, and the jailer woke up and saw that the doors were open. He drew out his sword, about to kill himself, but then Paul and Silas shout out, no, don't worry, we're still here. And then he brought them out and said, sir, what must I do to be saved? And they said, if you believe in God, you will be saved. So, just to help us, once again, so like I said, these guys did absolutely nothing wrong. But I love the approach is that Paul and Silas understood this, that whatever thing they were going through, whatever challenge they were going through, they knew that they could find joy because their joy was not in anything outside of being in God. So they were happy because they had Jesus. And here's the deal. I use the word joy instead of happiness because happiness, if we can all agree, sometimes I can be happy, then I can be sad, then I'm happy, then I'm sad, because it's kind of changes a lot. But this joy that the Bible speaks about, joy is something that only God can give us. It's not, it doesn't go like up and down, it's consistent. And their joy wasn't in like anything outside of their joy, just being on Jesus only. That's why in the midst of everything that, like in a prison, they could still sing and be joyful because they knew that even in their prison or where they were, that God was with them. I think that's really cool. Like for us right now, I don't know how you're feeling being in quarantine. Like, oh, I just want to see my friends. I just want to go out. And it's so easy to feel frustrated and angry. But I want to encourage you that even in the midst of this quarantine life, that God can still bring us joy. That the Bible says that His joy passes all understanding. That it's this awesome thing that we get to experience. It's not just this happiness of like, oh, I scored a goal on FIFA, and now I'm happy, and then the next time the team beats me and now I'm frustrated. But no, this joy is like, regardless of what happens, I'm still going to feel great. And I want to encourage you, man, that Jesus is the one that can bring this joy to us. It says that because this earthquake happens, just to finish the story, earthquake happens, it says that all the guys that were tied up were set free so they could easily escape. But Paul and Silas and the rest of the guys, they don't escape because once again, they didn't need to run away. They didn't need to get out of the prison because they knew God was going to take care of it for them. And then it says that the jailer, he was so fearful. Like it says that he pulled out his sword and he was about to kill himself. I just want to explain why he does that. Back in the time, because he was in charge of the jail cell, if all those people were to escape, it would be his fault. And then oftentimes what would happen is the ruler would then kill him and kill all of his family because he allowed it to happen. So he was actually doing it to save his family. But then I love it. Paul and Silas stop him. They're like, no, we're still here. And then he says to them, what should I do to be saved? And I love this, that sometimes when we go through a tough situation, other people are watching us. And is our joy still in Jesus? Or are we kind of also feeling frustrated because people are watching? If our joy is still in Jesus, they're going to be like, hey, there's something different about you. I want some of that. Can I have it? And that's an awesome opportunity. We can be like, no, yes, you can have it. And the reason I have it is because it can only come from Jesus. So I hope that makes sense. That is our word for the week. We'll see you guys again next week for part 3 of Fruits of the Spirit.
Well, that is it for episode 2. We'll see you guys back next week again, same time, same place for episode 3. We got a special guest next week. You guys are going to want to not miss it out. Miss out. That's right English. See you guys next week.